Hi there, Corby Midline, your no bullshit psychic. And remember this morning I talked to you about showing you a card spread. The one I'm going to show you is what you do when you're not sure what to do about a relationship. And it will also point out the difference between a psychic doing a reading for you and allowing your free will to play or just advice. So let's say that my client, Amanda, wanted to know how things were going with her husband, Todd. And I read and I say, well, it's this situation. And they look at me and they say, I still don't know what to do. Then I pull what I call my 3 threes. 3 cards that shows what happens if it's just status quo. She doesn't do anything. She kind of just bumbles along and hopes it gets better. 3 cards for if she draws a line in the sand. I often call it the come to Jesus meeting, and they do serious counseling. And 3 cards if she decides she's done and she leaves. So let's take a look. If she just stays the course, the status quo, it's great when it's fun and light, but it's very up and down. Some days are good, some days are really awful. And this is the whack-a-mole card. If you've ever played whack-a-mole at the county fair, you just don't know where the moles are coming up that you have to hit. This is the card that says there are going to be constant small and middle-sized crises that she has to handle. There's no rest. If she insists on going to counseling, it's going to be a lot of argument, a lot of he said, she said. She's going to have to carry most of the responsibilities for making the changes. And she's going to be very disappointed because he'll go to counseling, but he really won't take it seriously. And he will not make the efforts that the marriage needs for change. If she decides she's done, this is the moving out card. This is the card of the divorcee. There is grief because in order to go from the rough waters to the smooth, she'll have to leave a lot of things behind that told her who she was when she was married. But this card is thumbs up for a brand new beginning and new opportunities. Now, I might think it's pretty obvious you want to leave, but I have to zip it because it's her free will that's going to make the decision. So if she looks at the cards and she says, I guess I'll just stick it out for a while, maybe it'll get better. Nothing I can do. Nothing I should do. Because if I say, no, don't you see you have to leave, that's advice. That's taking her free will and saying, my opinion trumps your free will. The only time that I break that rule is if she tells me she's battered, abused, gaslit, and in emotional danger. Then I take off my reader's turban, I put on my reverend collar, and I talk to her about women's shelters and how to be safe. But the most important thing I want you to see here is I was an accurate professional intuitive. I read those cards and told her what they said, but I left it up to her to make the decision because that's what free will is all about.